Hello, Stephanie Berbower here. I am here to introduce you to a site called Webkins, where children can come in and join a virtual world where they create a pet, identify with that pet, and control what that pet does in the virtual world. They can also buy tangible stuffed animals to go along with it and implement that stuffed animal into their virtual world, which is kind of cool for their development because they see a bunny physically in real life and then apply that to what that bunny can do in virtual life. So I created my account, chose my rabbit as my adopted pet, named it Harry because when I was younger I had a rabbit named Harry when I was growing up. And that's that. Let's get started. I assume that this game is probably for children ages maybe 3 to 7. So yeah. One thing I will start off saying that I am not a huge fan of already is the presence of advertisements. There's a lot of stuff over here that pops up periodically as you go through the website, which can sort of distract from what the child is trying to accomplish in the virtual world. And also, sometimes it says stuff like, oh, here, go to this site to earn this, to buy this and that. The child is obviously going to want to say, oh, I want to be a deluxe member because deluxe is better, right? So they can accidentally charge things to their parents' credit cards, and then the parents see it 3 days later and think, oh my gosh, I'm never going to have this kid go on this site again because now I'm, owing this site $100. So that in and of itself can put a strain on the family and parent-child relationship dynamic. So I will say that right now. Also, there's sort of a lot of colors and graphics and things going on right now, which is hard on my eyes a little bit. So I can only imagine what it would be like for a child just to be overstimulated by everything that's going on, all the colors. I think an improvement to the site would be maybe a little bit simpler. Okay, anyway, let's get started. So, they give the child options of things to do. This is sort of an overall map of what the virtual world looks like from bird's eye view, which is interesting because it can give the child a different perspective. Spatial relations can play a part in this. So let's click on things to do. This is quite the cluster of colors and activities, so it can be sort of overwhelming, I would say, for a child's sensory development. Let's go to my house.
Okay, so then do we email this to him? No, post it to YouTube.
See, this is another example right here. Adopt a pet to unlock. Go to Deluxe and unlock much more, which is a whole other portal that this child needs to join in order to perform this skill. So I'm going to exit out of that. So here I have created my room, and you can go down here and add whatever you want in this virtual room for this pet. It teaches the children a lot about spatial relations. I'm going to turn the edit on so that we can move things around. So here you can move the gazebo over here and move the bed over here. Move the table here, etc. So it teaches them a lot about spatial relations and how, relative size and where things can fit, where they can't fit, sort of like a puzzle pieces. So that's good. And down here, it should be noted that here's pet care. So there's a happiness level, a hunger level, and an energy level. And depending on what they choose to do in this virtual world, controls and gauges where that it lands on the spectrum, which is cool because the children learns a little bit of responsibility of how to take care of somebody else and They're learning how to sort of not only think of themselves, the egocentric thinking is decreased. Okay, so let's try to do.
So on this side of the screen, there are different gauges so you can see what your dog wants. My dog
Newspaper.
is 100% happy right now. And
So this is cool because Kinsville Times is an actual newspaper, so this is parallels a little bit with what kids are seeing in real life. Their parents picking up the newspapers in the morning. So when the parent picks up the paper, the child can log on to this and sort of see their own version of what the newspaper is saying. So that's cool. Sort of a parallel play with the parent, so bonding experience and play.
All these different things and so I have
Magical Forest. Magical Forest is another area where you can go and see what is in a little activity about, oh, I need to grab this little guy. So it's perspective taking.
How about let's buy a beach blanket.
Vacation Island, Kings Coast. Oh, so this is mail, which is another thing that kids can do along with parents. Send a gift, send a note, gift to a friend in the Webkins world. So if the child has another friend that they know of that has a Webkins account as well, they can communicate back and forth, which is beneficial for social development. And you can either send a note to a friend in the virtual world or send a gift.
In order to
Where'd it go? This is another thing. It's a little confusing to me because there is so much stuff. So I can only imagine if it's confusing to a 21-year-old college student, I can imagine that it would be confusing to a 6-year-old. Oh, yeah, did things to do.
How to take care of something besides themselves and teaching basic empathy.
It's just kind of a lot at once. Oh. So this introduces them to the concept of money, which is interesting because it's an abstract concept that kids don't grasp until later. Even adolescence is the time where children grasp abstract concepts. So this teaches them a little bit about budgeting. This is how much something costs. This is how much you have. So it's also math. If I have $900 in my account, but I want to buy something that is $1,300, I can't. But at the same time, you can earn money in the virtual world by participating in certain activities. So that's another cool aspect of it is you can figure out, you can have a goal of what you want to buy, and that goal is sort of earning your way, not just being given, but earning something. So it's another aspect of responsibility and autonomy versus just autonomy, doing things for yourself. So that's a little bit about Webkins. And this is just an opportunity for kids to be introduced to the concepts that exist in the real world, but in a fun way, with an animal sort of mentor, something to take care of. And this woman right here.
Are you ready to adopt another Webkins onto your account? Then let's
a
begin.
mentor that tells the child
Enter the secret code that came with your pet.
So she needs to do in certain areas. So, and another really great thing is the privacy policy for parents. So the parents can print this out, click on certain things that they're interested in, and just make sure that the site is safe. So it's a lot of parent involvement too, which is important when a child is navigating through the internet, because you kind of never know what they're going to find. So when a child signs up for this, it sends an automatic email to the parent as well. So a child or the parent knows, okay, this is what my child is participating in. So that's a little bit about Webkins, and signing off.